It's 10 o'clock, so I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is a regular Commissioners Court meeting for County of Starr, Monday, January 27th. Let the record show we do have quorum, everyone being present. Everyone would please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comments?
There's none, Judge.
First item is claims. Mr. Pettis,
Good morning. The claims have been reviewed and everything is good, so we recommend it. Motion to approve.
Second motion.
moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the vendors list, Mr. Pettis.
Yes, the vendors list, I believe you all have a copy there. Those two have been reviewed and we recommend it.
Move to approve. Second motion.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before we go on with our agenda, is there anyone from outside the county that would like to come before the court at this time? Okay, if not, we'll go on with our agenda. Item number 6 is an action item. This to approve a donation in the amount of $350 from the Ina Electric for the fire department precinct 4.
Move to approve.
Second, Your Honor.
Moved and second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 7 is also a donation in the amount of $120 from Joan Beltran to the nutrition program precinct 4.
Move to approve. Second motion.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8 is an action item, is to approve a private bid for, for foreclosure TS 0791, from Lineberger.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I appreciate the option to stand up, and I knew I was just a couple of them, so it's that way. What we have here is a private bid. We have a property that we actually foreclosed on back in 2010. We have, so it's been struck off, so that means the school district, the county, and the city of Roma all have owned that property for the past 10 years, which means it's not being taxed. So aside from it owing delinquent taxes for a pretty good amount of money, it hasn't been taxed for the past 10 years. I want you to know that we put up that property for sale many times. We've not gotten any bids on it. So now the city of Roma would like to purchase the property. There's a map in your packet that shows where it's located at. And you'll see in the photo, which should also be in your packet, that there's a city property, there's something like a lift station right next to it. And so the property's an abandoned property, it's an eyesore to the city. They use it for expansion. So it's and they're offering $10,000, which I think is actually a pretty good amount considering what it's worth. So we would need your approval as that, as well as the school's approval to transfer the ownership of that property.
I'm very aware of this property, Your Honor, and I think it's a very good move. Yes, I make a motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second motion.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, Judge Christian.
Sir, I got a question, sir. I got a call, on the weekend. There was a property that was sold up in Alto Bonito. And it was, somebody bought it. How many days do they have to take over that? It's a business. How many days? 6 months or what?
No, technically, once they purchase it, they can take over, they can assume possession of the property, but the prior owner has a 6-month right of redemption from the date that it was struck off. It goes to tax reset. So it's usually 6 months. It's a commercial property. Homesteads are 2 years. So they'll have the prior owner has 6 months to come back and redeem the property, but whoever purchased it can actually take possession of the property the day that they purchase the property.
Right, but this gentleman, apparently, they went in there and took everything out of there and threw it out on the road to be picked up where it went. How can they dispose of property that really doesn't belong to
You
them?
actually have an obligation to maintain the personal belongings of someone else, because that person, they redeem the property, they have a cause of action for the negligent, that would be a private action. but they can actually sue the new owner because they did not take, you know, what we call reasonable and necessary steps to safeguard those persons.
That's what I told him, because he bought it, yeah, but he ain't got the right to do anything with it, you know, or throw away or destroy or demolish, whatever, until he actually gets it under his name, or the warranty deed is struck to him.
And the reason that is, Commissioner, it's real simple, because the law recognizes that if the prior owner were to come back and redeem that property, you've got to give that owner back everything that you had in that property. So if you've gotten rid of his personal belongings, obviously you have a problem. So that person either needs to contact my office, I can't represent him obviously, but he needs to contact a private attorney because he may have a cause of action against whoever purchased the property, because all those personal belongings should have been safeguarded in a reasonable manner in case that person were to come back and redeem that property.
So he already contacted you.
Okay, well, not me personally, but I'll make sure, you have his name, or I'll get his information from him.
Okay.
So, I'll make sure I contact him and talk to him, give him the right
Well,
answer.
I told him to go out there, to call your office and check with you, I told him that I don't think he could have done that, but I'll check on him.
Okay, you have his,
I don't have his name.
um,
It's a Trevino, if I'm not mistaken.
is his name Trevino, or he purchased it from Trevino?
No, the owner, the actual owner.
Okay. Let me look into it, Commissioner, I'll get back to you by the end of the day, and I'll make sure I get hold of it. Any other questions, Judge?
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Thank you very much.
And Chico?
Item number 9 is, I didn't take a vote on it. Yes. I did. Item 9 is an action item, and this is to increase the engineering review fees for the planning.
Good morning, Judge, Commission. At this time, I'd like to recommend an increase of the developer's engineering fees from 380 to 580. But at this time, I think 580 is a little steep. This will have on the Commissioner's Court. 480 would be in proper.
I don't move and second.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 10 is an action item, and this is to approve the notice of election for the March 3rd primary.
Cerraremos la casita.
Good morning, Judge, good morning, Commissioners.
I'm gonna bring the notice of election, but it's to the board.
Okay, we can go on to the next one. It's
Yeah.
Let's go on to item number 11, it's an action item, and this is to approve the election workers for the primary election.
For purposes of the record, Judge, are you taking both items at the same time?
No,
No, it's
yeah, the other one, we're gonna wait.
You have the rest in front of you, or you have any questions?
You're the election worker?
Yes, sir.
I don't move and second.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
This is for election day?
Early voting.
Election day.
It's really early voting, election day.
When the presiding judge is gonna be the point.
It's all-
You have election day, Letty Garcia? You make sure you check with her.
I'll double check.
No quiere hacer nada.
Yeah, because I can't move that list, is because that list came from the Democratic Church, so I need to double check with the Democratic.
Okay, I have a question. On precinct 2, Old City Hall. ¿Dónde es eso?
It's a museum. It's like the Chelsea Pass Museum.
Yo soy 6 y 7.
Okay, that one already got approved. Item 12 is an action item, and this is the request, we'll wait for Alexis and come back to number 10.
The site, we are approved the site or not?
Precinct for Gonzalez, the Christian Center, right?
Hold on.
It's the same one, that's the order of election, the notice of election that we're bringing in.
Number 10, Judge.
The notice of election has the signs. So that's what we're waiting on.
That's what we approve?
Yeah, but we're waiting to bring
We approved
all we approved was the.
Number 11.
The workers.
number 11. That's what you all approved.
Right.
You're skipping over number 10 and getting into the end of the.
Right. Okay, sorry about that, money. Let's go back to item 10. And that's the, to approve the notice of election. And that one has the sites.
Second, Your Honor.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Discussion. Any questions? All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you, John. Item 12 is an action item, and this is to request a loan from the general fund to pay PO 119560 in the amount of $27,216. This is on the construction. This loans are all reimbursable.
That is correct.
Go ahead. I guess,
That's pretty much it.
huh?
Yeah, that was pretty much it, Judge.
Okay.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second, approve.
Moved and second to approve. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item 13 is pretty much the same thing. It's for another house in the exact amount, PO 119561.
Amount's a little different.
I'm sorry?
Amount's a little different.
The amount is.
27,621.
Oh, yeah, okay, $5. No, 600 and some. Okay, the amount is 27,621.
I move that we approve it.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 14 is also a loan request for PO 119572 in the amount of $6,288.
This house should be done,
That is correct.
I move that we approve it.
Second. So they're all complete, the house is complete?
No, the one with the retainage is complete. The other two should already be done.
To explain, Commissioners, number 14, the last one that you're in the middle of discussion, that's the retainage, that's what's left over after everything. The programs will only come to you all to ask you all to pay the retainage once everything has been completed and everything is satisfactory, and this is the closing out of the contract.
Did I call for a vote on that?
I think it is, I made the motion.
Is there a motion?
Then
We have a motion by Commissioner Alves and a second by Commissioner Sanz.
Okay, all in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
All right, Judge.
Motion
I
carries.
think,
Yeah, let's go.
then we need to bring John back up here.
Yeah, call John.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to item 15. This is an action item, is to approve contract agreement between the Department of Agriculture, contract number 7219429, and the County of Starr for street improvements in the amount of $324,826.
That is correct, Judge. This is a grant we got awarded back in December.
What streets are you gonna
When should we start construction?
We don't know yet, Judge. I'm just waiting. For precinct 2, it's going to be Ranchito Street.
So the street, the commissioners already selected?
Yes, they took back their own streets.
Motion to approve. Second, Your Honor.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16 is to approve a resolution. Money on the, well, I guess it's on authorizing signatures for the same contract.
That is correct, Judge. It is to approve the county auditor and the county treasurer and the request for reimbursement checks.
Move to approve.
Second, Your Honor.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 17 is an action item. This is to amend an existing engineering contract between Starr and Rio Delta. Prime engineer for engineering services to prepare all preliminary specs, inspections for block CDBG grant program for 2020 through 2022 to include Terracon as the subcontractor for geotech under CDBG contract number 7219429.
That is correct, Judge. We have to amend it so he can add Terracon as a subcontractor for road work.
Who's that,
They're the ones who do all the testing.
and you can test?
They do all the testing for the streets.
Compaction, motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That's all we have. Item 18 is an action item, and this is to approve a 2020 Starr Regional Public Defender contract between Starr County and Texas Legal Aid.
Yes, sir, that is just a contract extension that we're doing. Previously had a contract with them, we're doing it for 1 more year. The numbers have changed a little bit. I believe the amount that we're paying for this coming year is $967,874. It was $833,400 before, so that's gone up. The percentage has also changed between Starr, Duval, and Hog.
Okay, let's go back at the numbers. What were we paying last year?
$833,400,
Okay, and this year?
$967,874.
That's our share?
No,
Yeah?
no, that's the total.
What's the total for the three counties? What portion is the county?
Starr County, 76%.
76.
Do you have a dollar amount for Starr County?
That would be,
700,000.
245, 194.45, I mean 95,
We pay what percent?
76%.
Okay, so our part would be 735,584. And how much were we paying last year?
The same percentage?
I don't recall, was that the same percent?
You know,
No, the
I have,
percentage has changed.
The grant's paying 2/3 this time. Last year was 50/50. The grant's paying 2/3 of the cost. So they're paying more of it this time around. Our share is gonna be $46,000 less than last year. They're paying more of it and we're paying the less.
okay, yeah, because I was already, you know, one of the reasons that we went into it was because we were gonna have a savings. I'm really not very happy with the public defender's program. And, you know, I was gonna recommend to the court just to get out of it. But that's when they went from 50
2/3.
to a third, the county would pay a third,
Yes.
so that we could save some money. So when you said an increase, just say,
So
Yeah, the total cost.
the total cost is increasing, but the percentage of the
But the
state
percentage-
off of grant is increasing as well.
Yes.
Theirs, yes.
Ours is decreasing.
That's the portion we're gonna pay, 700,000.
no,
No, no. No, what we pay is the 246,
Yes.
245, right?
Yeah, which is between 40 and 50,000 less than what we were paying last year.
And how much did we pay last year?
How much was it?
What did we pay last year?
291.
291,
291,000.
291, you're we're paying about
245.
The state gave me the risk.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that.
I move that we approve it.
I second it.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go back to item number,
My
Yeah,
bad,
all
is it
right.
printed wrong?
How about the courthouse?
We can reopen, and amend the motion to include, the corrected version.
let's go back to item number 10. And this is to approve the election notice and locations. We just got handed a corrected or amended notice.
Do we have to rescind the order or amend it?
Just to
Just-
supersede what we had approved with the amended one.
I do so move, Your Honor, to approve
Second motion.
Moved and second to approve
with the amended.
the amended one.
For the-
Discussion.
For the record, Judge, I'd like to state that what it was that has been amended and changed was that the initial copy that you all received had an incorrect date of commencement for the two of the precincts and lacked any days and times for the county courthouse, and the corrected version, the amended version, has the proper dates and times for all four precincts of the urban voting.
And that's the one we approved.
That's my motion.
Okay, all in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 19 is also an action item, and this is to approve an agreement, a lease agreement between Community Development Institute, Starr, and County of Starr. I believe this one, we tabled it the last time, because no one knew what this was about. Okay, I guess we have some representative. You want to take the podium? Please identify yourself for the record.
Jose Cáceres, I'm the program director for Starr. So at the end of this month, the 31st, we begin our new program here, so that's the reason we'd like to amend the contract or the lease agreement for another year.
Okay, but it's the same lease agreement as what we had last year,
Yes.
same amount, same everything?
Yes.
It's up to you guys, it's your business.
Motion to approve. Second.
Moved and second to approve, discussion? All in favor, please, aye. Opposed?
And you're the one that signs the agreement, right?
I'm sorry?
You're the one that
Yeah,
signs it.
once you all approve it. The motion carries, thank you. Item 34, our budget amendment. Mr. Pettis?
Yes, first of all, item number 26 is actually a correction, not an amendment. So I'd like to reflect that, if we can approve it that way.
Do we have other corrections? Yeah. Okay, let's take items 20 through 34 with the exception of 26.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Legal.
All in order.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Items 20, 35, 36, and 37.
That would be 26.
I'm sorry?
26?
26, 35, 36, and 37 are budget corrections.
Those are corrections, and those are also in order.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second motion.
Moved and second to approve, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Leave anyone out? If not, it is 10:30, and pursuant to section 551.074, we will go into executive session to discuss possible action on order of salaries.